Now we're here for another riveting episode of Motorhome Rehab Ranch, right? I was told that every time I said, hey guys, my voice cracks and it all is the same. We got to change that, right? Thanks for that input. And also, thanks Ranch Hands for all the ideas on more videos, okay? And this week I've been doing a whole bunch of explaining about alignments. So I came in this morning all excited about doing a video about alignment, and Scarlett reminded me I already did one. So all you guys that are wondering about alignments, go back and look at one of the 94 videos. There's one already there. And seriously, if you look at something and you have a question, call me. I mean, that's why we do this. That's how we all learn. Okay? Guy last week showed me, gave me some specifications and understanding more about cams. Thanks, man. I knew enough to be dangerous. We built an awesome cam, but you know, more theory is a good thing, and I really appreciated that. So I was going to do it on alignment. Well, there's already one. So another question was dash air conditioners. And what are we doing with it? What's going on with it and all that? That's a great one. So let's do this today about the original dash AC systems. I want to tell you everything that's in your dash right now, what's in there. And then the next video, Jason's going to go into what we do to make life better. All right? So 73 and 74, there were three different air conditioner systems. 1, 2, and 3. Okay? 73 and 74. All right, I'm going to show you an early style coach, 73, and you see one of those because the dash will have these vents that are recessed, right, Frenched in, and there's nothing at the bottom. Now this is a 75, and you can tell because there's this little vent down here. Okay, we'll talk about the 75 and 6 in a minute. But the 73s were just like this, clean. I've got one in the Field of Dreams back, and we'll show it to you. Okay? They all use the same dash air controls that you see, but they're 7, 9, and 11 vacuum port systems, early, middle, and late. Okay? So, and if you need one, if you really want to keep the thing going, so you got to understand, vacuum systems, nobody figured anybody would be using it 45 years later. I mean, Jesus. Think about vacuum wipers. You go uphill, they stop. I mean, you know? So everything today is got little electric servos. They don't use vacuum anymore. But back then, vacuum was cheap. It worked. Everybody's used to it, you know? So essentially, if a man's going to put any kind of investment in his motorhome, he's not going to use this vacuum system. And that's what Jason's going to show you. And what we're talking about here today is the original, what you have. So if you got a 73, 74, it looks just like this. Nice and clean. You hold your hand on it, no air is coming out. You put it on high, less air comes out of it. As we walk to the Field of Dreams, I'm going to show you what's inside there and why you have more air on a 73 and 74 on low just about than you do on high. I mean, I've always said there are 14 90-degree angles. I wouldn't say there's 14, but I'm going to show you. There's enough 90-degree angles in there. Every time something turns 90 degrees, you lose 50% of its pressure. And there's enough in there that it could maybe turn into a vacuum, you know what I mean? So this is the first one. Now the second one, and we're going to go see one. They realized that the box wasn't even putting any air out. I mean, you know, this vent over here, forget about it. So what they did, some engineer was saying, get this thing blowing air. So he cut this vent right at the bottom, cut a vent in the box, so the air, all the air blew out. So I'll get him some air, dadgummit. And all of it came out. Awesome. But it all came out one spot. Didn't come out over here or over there. It just came out there. So 75s and 76s, your right foot, nice and cold, your left foot, you know, there it is. So that system they tried to improve it, but they just, Harrison just didn't do it. So then they came up with Type 3. Well, I'm going to show you one. Type 3, it isn't better. They just put more obstructions in there so air came out evenly on every vent. So it seemed like it was better. And largely it did feel like it was better, but they didn't do it by adding more pressure or adding more free flow. They did it by putting more obstruction in there and going at you. So, and then they stopped, So if you are getting serious about your GMC and you want to really drive, you're sitting in a fishbowl. Think about it. The reason the dashes are falling apart because they've been in a fishbowl for 45 years and they've rotten. Okay? So when you're in here driving like this and it's 2 o'clock and the sun's coming in, baby, you're dying. You need air coming at you from the front. Everybody knew it. Well, that's what we're going to do. So let me come out here. Let me show you some of these cabinets and some of the things we just talked about, okay? Come on. Another job I have is I'm the grip. So here's a pile of grade A scrap. Take a look. This is the heater box. So you look inside that thing. Here's your air conditioner condenser, and then you've got your heater goes in here. So over here is your blower, and that's where the air goes. So the air has to go through all of this, escape through here, get into here. No, go the other way. See what I mean? It's going all over the place. All right? Every one of these is they use them in style 1, 2, and 3. Every one of these is basically the same thing. Had a big old A6 compressor. You remember it. There's probably one hanging off the side of your motorhome right now. Here's the blowers. And all these vents, more vents and ducts, vacuum, diaphragms, dash pots. All of this stuff is just too old. What do you think? What do you think, El? Say hey to everybody. All right. So as we pull all this stuff out, I'll show you one inside. Here's one we took apart. Look at the lower radiator valance here. Rotted to pieces. And the radiator's not doing too good either. So this coach has a new Yukon system in it. So, all right, well, come on inside. I want to show you that 76 that I was telling you about and the vent. Come on inside. Remember I was telling you about the vents underneath the Type 2 system? Here's one. And you even got one of the vents. Look at that. So if you have a 75 or 76, you have this air horn under your dash, and all of your air comes out of here. It's not a mistake. It's not a problem with it. That's how it works. Come on in this coach. Now, this coach is being taken apart, and Jason's going to show you what we put in, take all the stuff out. Come on in. Let me show you. They haven't taken the dash apart yet, and I'll show you what's in here. Come on. Come on over here. This is a 77. It's not a 76. 77, I'll show you how I know in a minute. This, it's all coming apart. You can see the box is already out that I was showing you. The dash is all apart. This coach is getting the whole Monty. You can see over here, here's all the pieces. Yeah, it was a pea green Palm Beach. See it? And these are all the pieces we pulled out. Everything from the brake booster all the way dash AC, battery tray, fire system. Everything gets a fire system. So come on inside. I want to show you what a 78 looks like. All right. They've got the engine broke down, getting ready to do the FiTech and serpentine belt and all that. This is one of my motors that I built maybe 5, 6, maybe 7 years ago. Gunmetal gray. I didn't want any fancy motors. I wanted a big hunk of metal that nobody had to look at. Anyway, dash AC. You can tell a 78 because the lower dash closeout has a vent in it. And then over here, these two vents are in a plastic surround here, and the glove box is plastic. It's not metal. There we go. You can see we've the back side. You saw it from the other side, so everything's out of there. And this is what's here, and you'll find out what we do to convert this to a new air conditioner system, servo controlled and all that. So anyway, that's if you want to call it the history of the GMC dash AC systems. Type 1, 2, and 3, 73, 4, 75, 6, 77, 78. And don't worry, none of them really work that well. If 78, maybe a little bit, but the improvements, Jason will talk about that, but the improvements on any one of the series is what you would expect to have in a vehicle today, right? Not what's in there now. All right, well, look, I hope there was something in here that you learned. If your dash air conditioner is working, rub it on the head, be happy, let it go. If your A6 compressor is still pumping, you know, you say if it ain't broke, don't touch it. But because the thing is, if you're going to touch your air system, that dash AC system, you got to do everything. You got to replace all of it. If you're going to make it better, you do it all. And you say if it breaks, it's going to cost you just as much to fix it, to make it work like it did before, as it will to modify it, to update it, to make a better system. Right? So that's what the next video that you'll see will be about. And, you know, I hate knocking things they built because, you know, these things worked. But honestly, these dash air conditioner systems, they didn't work well. All right, look, thanks for hanging out. And we'll see you next time. Thank you, Ranch Hands, and join the group. See you then. Bye-bye.